Hi, I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I'm now going to explain a few things about it, but first I'm going to read my teaching analogy. Teaching is like art. We ourselves, the teachers, are not creating the artwork. That is for each individual child to do. We are there to provide different mediums, reveal different outlooks and strategies so that their artwork is able to form and develop in a way that is true to them. We do not stop them when they finish the page, we offer more paper. The song I chose, Pachelbel's Canon in D, was chosen as it resonates with me. To me, it's about reflection in a positive way. I chose to begin the video by writing the sheet music to accompany the song because my aim is to eventually become a music teacher. I use stop motion because it's something I'm familiar with in both creating my own work with it for assessments in university and teaching students how to use it. Each picture that I drew on the video symbolises an event or a person who has directly influenced who I am as a teacher and where I am at the moment. They have also influenced what I value, what I want to accomplish as a teacher, and what I don't want to accomplish as well. The first one, Supportive, which had the pictures of the people in the bubble that also went into the family tree, which symbolises my family, and how that they've always been there to support me no matter what throughout my journey as a teacher. There were definitely times where I tried their patience, especially on that last due date for the assessments and before placement starts. But they've always stood by me, and that's something that I want to accomplish with my students. I want to always be there, and when a student tries my patience, I want to just be able to overlook my feelings, take a deep breath, and be able to help them and help each child accomplish their best and get through anything that life throws at them. Strong, which was the two people putting the musical notes together, symbolises my primary school music teacher, Mr. Gibbs. He was just the best teacher. He didn't seem to buckle no matter what any student threw at him, and he was strong as an individual as well as a professional. That's something I hope I am, but we'll see how it goes in my teaching career. He also showed students that what they could do, and he wouldn't take anything less than what he knew each individual student could give him. Fun with the little person with the magnet, that is my grade 3 teacher, Mrs. Healy. She made maths and science lessons really fun. I still remember one about which used a magnet and a board game, and you had to move the little piece with the magnet underneath the table, and the board game had to do with maths as well. So it combined the two aspects. That was 14 years ago, and I still remember it now, so that's something I like to do, create lessons which students and my students can look back 14 years later and still remember with great detail about what they did and how much they enjoyed it. Compassionate. Compassionate's representing my grade 2 teacher, Mrs. Vaness. She was there for everything. She was very supportive, she listened no matter what, she gave every student the time of day that she just was always there for you. On photo day, I got lost on my way to where we were meeting up for the group photo. My name was called on the announcement speaker, and by the time I got there I was in tears, my face was all blotchy. But she calmed me down, and while I do not look great in the photo, I still look back fondly on that time because she was there for me. She was the beginning point of me wanting to become a teacher. Passionate. My year 10 and 12 English teacher, Mr. Longstaff, he was extremely passionate about what he taught. Everything he taught, he moved his arms around, and he was just so, it was really engaging. I feel I'm a passionate person, and especially in some of the lessons I've taught, I'm extremely passionate about certain subjects and topics. My aim is to bring that passion to all of my lessons. I know it'll be difficult, especially with some of my lessons and what I need to teach. They might not be the most interesting. I guess it's my job to create lessons which not only interest the students but interest myself as well, so I can bring that passion in and really engage the students. That's something that I've learned from him. Resilient, that's the one with the phone. It mainly reminds me of a phone call that I had with a past job, and it didn't end well, unfortunately. I was given the wrong roster sheet online, so they emailed it to me. And when I didn't turn up, they of course rang me, and I was in Adelaide, so there was no way I was going to make it. My boss became quite aggressive with me as well over the phone, and I was very upset. So afterwards I rang my mum, who got on my laptop and had a look at what I was given. She then emailed it off to my boss, who realised it was not my fault, but unfortunately, because it becomes such a big thing, I didn't feel comfortable in the workplace, especially since it wasn't just kept between myself and my boss. I overcame this and I'm stronger for it. And due to this experience, I now handle issues in the classroom and in real life better than what I previously have. And knowing that everything will work out eventually allows you to take a deep breath and move on and find the best course of action. Persistence. I didn't get into university straight off the bat. Instead, I did a TAFE course, which I applied for pretty much straight away. I decided it wasn't worth floundering and wondering what I was going to do with my life now that didn't work out. So I thought I'd do a year of TAFE and then try again. I learned a lot from that year of TAFE. I got a couple of jobs out of it. I did lots and lots of placements as well in childcares, kindergartens and primary schools. The ants for persistence represent the moment when I found out that I got into Monash University the next year. I was not in the state, so I had to get my mum and my sister to look online for me, and they called me with the news. I was outside of the place I was staying on the footpath. It was a bit cracked and there were lots of ants running about because it was about to rain. It's such a clear memory in my mind about that phone call. I can't quite remember anything that was said. I'm very visual, so I just remember everything I saw at that moment, and that's why the ants represent persistence for me. But that moment is the moment that my persistence in being a teacher and wanting to follow that career was pulled off. Imaginative. That refers to Monash with my peers and my teachers there as well. Being exposed to different ideas, mindsets, values, allowed me to expand what I thought teaching was, what I thought you could teach, what I thought you couldn't teach, how to teach. It has allowed me to branch out my views on everything that is to do with teaching, and it's altered how I imagine what kind of teacher I am going to be and how I'm going to do that. It's allowed me to expand that view with different ideas and concepts. Creative. I joined Girl Guides 3 years ago. I'm a leader for a 5 to 9 year old unit, and they definitely keep me on my toes. Creating sessions every week for the girls has allowed me to strengthen my ability to plan lessons as well as enact lessons. If something goes wrong or it's just not working, it's in guides, I've got no fear of just going, well, this isn't working, we're going to stop, we're going to do something else. And that strength and that confidence has gone over to the classroom, especially this last placement, and I don't have an issue anymore. If something's not working and I have another thing that I can do, if I've worked out how to change the lesson into something better, I'll just say stop, we're going to do something different now. Approachable. In my placement last year, I had a teacher and she was great. I learned a lot from her, but I felt that she was behind her desk too much, and that put a barrier between herself and the students. That's not something I want to do. I don't think I'll be the teacher to sit at a desk much at all, especially when there are kids in the classroom. In my placements, I don't sit down until recess and lunch. I am always moving, I can't stop. I'm always engaging with the students, finding out what they're learning, how they're going, making sure everyone's on track. I aim to be a teacher who my students will just come to without feeling any issue. I want to be approachable. I don't want to have any barriers between myself and my students. I want them to feel comfortable coming to me about anything, whether it's to do with school life or not. Positive. My placement teacher this year has been fantastic. I've learnt so much from her. She's really helped me in fine-tuning my teaching. Part of this was helping me develop my ability to use positive reinforcements almost constantly, especially since I had foundations this year. I definitely know the importance of positive reinforcement. The issue was always using it all of the time was quite difficult to have that in the back of my mind, as well as what you're teaching, as well as behaviour management, as well as everything. You know, keeping your eyes on certain students, but positive reinforcement has helped me a lot, especially with behaviour management, and just keeping the kids engaged and excited and wanting to do the task all the time. By the end of my placement, I don't have a problem with this anymore. It's it just sort of comes naturally now with how much effort I've done into working on positive reinforcement and using various areas, not just the one, but all of the things that they use in the school and in the classroom. Having Claire there for me has helped me and supported me so much, and I'm definitely a better teacher for it. All of the words used in my video come from my philosophy. I have just found connections to what I value and how I see myself as a teacher to the people and the events which have affected me in my life. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I definitely enjoyed making it. Thanks for watching.